Shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are speaking about the important portions of Brihajataka.
Yeah.
For any astrologer who is new to astrology,
Yeah.
and for any guru
Yeah.
who is sincere to his student,
Yeah.
if he wants to make his student learn astrology and practice astrology as fast as possible,
Yeah.
it is important to tell him the portions which would be useful to him in practical astrology.
Yeah.
So in that sense, Brihajataka chapter 16 and 18 are very important, because chapter 16 you get sign planet results,
Yeah.
and in chapter 18 you get house planet results.
Yeah.
And regarding yogas, chapter 21, 22, 23 are important. They are practically very useful. Those chapters too, 21, 22, 23. Beginning chapters are basics which anyone should study.
Everyone should
Yes.
study.
So if somebody is familiar with the basics,
Yeah.
it's what he should memorize first is chapter 16th and 18th. Very few people tell this. Now, if you come to Prashnamarga,
Yeah.
the chapters one should memorize first. For a person who knows astrology, means basics of astrology, and who wants to master prediction,
Yeah.
is chapter 14th and 15th.
Because Prashna Marga is not a basic text.
Prashnamarga is not a text, in basic text. It is a text for a person who is well versed in natal horoscope. It's a very good one.
Does the author of Prashna Marga anywhere says like this?
He says that you should study Brihajataka and Krishna that we have mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Horambaraham hirasya vilargadami malame vada devada sogante. Krishna Shastram Bhartamadiva Sukam. So he already asked us to study Brihajataka as well as Krishna. Then he says, Horayastu desadhyayam shramonaiva kritoyadi. Dushkara bhalam desha tadidasya tathavacha. He also asked us to study desadhyaya.
Okay.
And which inherently means that he is also asking us to study the commentary on Krishna, which is Chaturasundari. So Krishna is for Prashnamarga is for a person who has at least mastered Brihajataka,
Chaturasundari,
Krishna, Desadhyayi commentary and Chaturasundari commentary. Okay.
These 4 books are must to be read before anyone reads Prashna Marga.
Anyway, not 4 books, 2 books plus 1 commentary each for them.
So
Brihajataka plus commentary Desadhyayi, Krishna plus its commentary
Chaturasundari. For people, Brihajataka is available, Krishniyam is available. Sir is also doing a translation of Krishniyam which will be available shortly. Okay. And Chaturasundari will be included in that translation of Krishniyam by Sir. There is Dashadhyay is not available to North Indians. That is a pitfall. Maybe in near future someone may translate it. So sir, coming to the text which is basic, that is Brihajataka. And as you told that chapter 16 deals with planet Rashi results. The thing is, we people rarely give importance to the result of planets in science. We hardly remember them. We hardly use them. We think that it is useless. But it is the Kerala tradition to learn these chapters, master these chapters, remember the shlokas of this chapter by heart. So what is special in that? Why it must not be ignored? Why it must be remembered by heart?
To answer this question, we should know the gist of astrology, the structure of astrology.
Yeah.
You know that there is Siddhanta Skandha, Jataka Skandha and Samhita Skandha. Everybody knows it.
Yeah.
And the Jataka Skandha can be divided into 2 parts.
Yeah.
Like Loka Yatra Parijnana, Aisha Loka Yatra Ajadveshasam Prayojana.
Yeah.
Parasara says. So Loka Yatra Parijnana and Ayur Parijnana.
Yeah.
What is Ayur Parijnanam? Almost everybody knows. In Ayur Parijnana there is Sadhyamurti Yogas Arishta yogas, yoga arishta, madhyayu yogas, purnayu yogas, and amidayu yogas. So that is Saya Parijnana. And what is this Lokayatra Parijnanam? Almost nobody is aware of.
Yeah.
Since this Lokayatra Parijnanam is the normal prediction, which includes the 7 type of results. That is sign house, sign planet, house planet. So I'll come to
Even in the
so
Prashna Marga chapter 9.
yes. So to that 7 type of results, plus all the other things, Raj Yogas, Daridri Yogas, Nabaj Yogas, and all that stuff, Panchamahabhusha Yogas, whatever you call it, that comes in Lokayatra Parijnanam. So in that Lokayatra Parijnanam section, I told you the most important section is the 7 type of yogas, based on which almost whole of astrology is made of, almost whole, because the rest is, I told you, these things and plus Ayurveda is different.
Yeah.
Now, where these things are about these 7 type of results, where it is told. See, this is not the way generally people teach astrology. That is a demerit. So once you know the structure, then it's easy to understand the thing. I am speaking about the structure of just Jataka Skandha.
Yeah.
Okay. So in Prashna Marga 9th chapter, the sloka is given. Sthanado bhavadaghede sthanabhava navasare sthanabhava samayogat bhava ghechara yogada yogasu shandida prokta sthana ghechara bhyam saptada bhava sthana grahe prokta yoga ye yoga hetava. There are 7 type of combinations given or which are important.
Yeah.
First is sthanada, result that are derived based only on placement. Placement, when I say placement, you can understand it as sign, or as nakshatra, or any of the Shadvargas, like or Shodasha Vargas, you can say, because this Hora, Drekana, or Navamsha, Dwadasham, so whatever that is. That's all divisions of the sign.
Yeah.
Now, sign-based results are important. And if I am asked to give an example for sign-based result, what can I do? Jananam Deva Niyogad Ubetya Sakala Janadhanam Asmin Dadyu, says Prashna Marga. If somebody took birth in a Kritayuga sign, people will come near to him and will give him money. Like he would be a teacher or he would be a doctor.
What are those Kritayuga signs?
No, then we will change the subject.
No. So just keep on briefing. These are the Kritayuga signs, because the one who is watching the video is not familiar to that material.
Aries, Leo, Sagittarius are Kritayuga signs. So that is based on sign alone. Yeah. Okay, such results are called Sthanato. Okay, any result that is told.
Sthanaj, that we call it.
Yes.
That I call it course. Yeah.
Sthanaj.
Yeah.
So then there comes Sthanato Bhavata. Bhavata means any result that is based on Bhava alone.
Okay.
Now, how will you predict some results based on Bhava alone?
Yeah.
Athiva Sarva Bhavana Karaka Parikarta, it is told. Every Karaka for a house is house lord itself, one thing.
Yeah.
And Bhavanadhve Samastram Jada Vedam Vichidayan Madman Evervinana Satyam Padam Vedantu Mahasastra says Saravali. When saying house results, always consider house lord.
Yeah.
Now, so Bhava, results based on Bhava means mainly results told about for one house lord going to some other house.
Yeah.
For example, assume that 5th lord, 7th lord going to 5th, like we have learned. Dare says the get Pranashtavanido. If 7th lord is going to 5th, he loses wife.
Yeah.
Okay. Or you can take the slogas like which are present in Bharadipika, like Duste Napato Nirodhano Vetya Yadavasam Bhaya. If Lagna Lord is going to any Dustana, like 6, 8, 12, Duste Lagnapato Nirodhano Vedi, he will get warned or something like that, and he will get Nirodhano Vedi Ajnadavasam. He will have to, might have to go to underground in hiding. Ajnadavasam Bhaya, fear. So such kind of results are told for Lagna Lord going to 6, 8, 12. As you know, we are speaking about Lagna Lord going to
6, 8, 12.
some other house.
Yeah.
So these are such results are related to house alone. Sthanato Bhavata.
Yeah.
Then comes Kheda. We are out of the 7 type of results, we are speaking about the third. What is Kheda based results? Kheda means planet based results.
Yeah.
Any result that is told based solely on planet is planet based results. What are they? For example, Digraha Yoga, Trigraha Yoga, Chaturgraha Yoga, Panchagraha Yoga, all these you have. So any result told for the same is Kheda results. Not only that, this Dashabhala results, which is simply based on Karagatva, that is also Kheda based. Okay. And this Mala Yogas and all that is also Kheda based. Anyway, so let us.
Dashabhala is basically to the nature of the planet only.
Yeah, as told in text, but it is not the way it should be used. So we will come to that later. Let me finish this answer.
But
first.
The basic is?
Yes, Karagatva.
When we read basic texts such as Bharat Parashar, we find that in Sandasha, Parashara almost told all the effects of, all the effects that are told in a Sandasha or Sanantara relates directly to the significations of sun, and no other principle is used primarily.
Yes, primarily.
Yeah.
But that is not the way this results should be told and used. Yeah. But textual results given are in that direction for the deshas, as you told rightly. Like Parasravaras, Desha, Andhara and Parandara results are of that mixing of Karagatas only that we are finding.
Yeah. Only mixture of Karagatas, then each and every book no rules are there.
Yes. So those are also part of Kheda, planetary based results. Or assume the Brihajataka sloga, if moon and sun are together, Tikmamshur Janayat Yadendu Sahito Yadrasmagaram Aram. If sun and moon together, he may be a person who would be doing work like Yandrasmagaram, Yandra machines or stones, etc. So anyway, that such kind of results are for Graha.
Kheda based.
Yeah. Sthanado Bhavada Khede. Then there could be Sthana Bhava results.
Okay.
What is Sthana Bhava? Yes. For example, assume that it is Aries Lagna.
Okay.
Third house is Gemini.
Yeah.
As you know, Gemini is a Yugala sign, a male and female.
Yeah.
Together, standing together.
Yeah.
And it is owned by a Yamala planet, a dual planet, a planet in dual nature, which is Klibagraha, which is Mercury.
Yeah.
So, due to these two reasons, you can say that if a person takes birth in Aries sign, he may have one brother and one sister, because third house indicates brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Okay, younger brothers and sisters especially.
Yeah.
So, that result, if I say that for an Aries born, he may have an younger brother and an younger sister, that result is a Sthana Bhava result.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Sthanado Bhava the Khede, Sthana Bhava. Now, let's come to the Sthana Graha result.
Yeah.
So, we told about Sthana Bhava Graha, Sthana Bhava.
Yeah.
Now, fifth one, Sthana Graha. So, Sthana Graha is nothing but Ashraya Rashi Bhala, or result told for a placement of a planet in a sign.
Yeah.
Like in Brihajataka you can say Pradhidas Chaturodano Pavita Kriyage Tvaidatu Vitulga Bhagi, like that, the slogas like that.
Yeah.
Or the slogas like for moon's placement. Vrta Amrati Krishna Shaka like Huk Chipra Prasadodana if moon placed in Aries.
Yeah.
So such results are Sthana Graha results. Got it clear?
Yes.
Now there are Bhava Graha results.
Yeah.
For a planet placed in a house.
For readers, there can be a bit confusion because sir says Sthana and Bhava. So basically, in North India we take Sthana and Bhava as one, but here the thing is, see, the Sthan Bala comes from the exaltation, derotation, and all of this. So whenever in any text the word Sthan is mentioned, it only means about the dignity of a planet, that is into the Rashi only and not in the Bhava. This is a clarification from my side. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes. And one more clarification may be required. If as you rightly told, exaltation, debilitation, etc. are our own house, etc. are related to Sthana.
Yeah.
But Kendra, Trikona and all are related to Bhava.
Yeah.
So it should be understood clearly. Yeah. Now this Panavara, Apoklima and all such divisions are based to relate to Bhava.
Yeah.
Now, if a sun is in Lagna, the result told is Suras Tabdho Vigalanayano Rakno Ke Dhanuste. That is Brihajataka.
Yeah.
So such results, or Arogyam Bhavati Vitta Prakriti, which is told in Brihu Sutra,
Yeah.
all such results told for a planet in a house
Yeah.
is Bhava Graha. The difference between Sthana and Bhava is that usually Sthana is generally counted from Aries,
Yeah.
and Bhava is always counted from Lagna. Apart from that, in Indian Kerala astrology, Sthana and Bhava are the same. Atha Lagnadi Dwadasha Rasina Dwadasha Bhavanaha says Krishna.
I will do a separate section on why this Bhava chart is futile.
Yes, yes, you're right. So as per Krishniyam Chadrasundari,
Yeah.
the houses or Rasis starting from Lagna are called Bhavas.
Bhavas.
Okay. Rasis starting from Meshas are called Rasis.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, or you can say Rasina Udaya Lagna. The rising sign itself is called
Udaya Lagna.
Udaya Lagna. Or Paramira also has clarified it as Agneya Vidha Vasta Rasi Sahide.
Yeah.
Agneya Vidha Vasta Rasi Sahide. If fiery planets is in 7th,
Yeah.
the lady may become 7th sign. Asta Rashi. The Rashi is used. So, which again indicates that Rashi and Bhava are same. And after using the word Griha to mean Bhava, he has used the Rashi, Kshetra, Griha, Shabani, Bhavan, and Jaigartha. Anyway, the point here.
For those people having a lack of understanding, because not many people are able to understand the Sanskrit things, what I teach in the course is very simple. Like in many of the books, it is written that if a planet is in own house, okay, Swagrahi, the Graha means house.
Griha.
Okay, so we know that planet don't own houses, they own Rashis. So the word Swagraha itself tells us that there is no difference between Rashi and Graha.
Absolutely.
Because if we take the concept of Bhava Chakra, then you have to say for a Aries Lagna native who is born in 24 degrees, then you have to say that Sun is exalted from 24 degrees of this sign to some 4 degrees of the next sign. That is a completely, your Sun is exalted between the last portion of the first house and the first portion of the second house. That is a completely futile and useless thing. So I think it is one of the reasons why Bhava chart must not be used. But I will come with a separate question again.
Yeah, that is against many of the separate, considering a Bhava different from Rashi chart is against many of the fundamentals like Varga consideration used in this thing. So that is a separate question we can go at a later time. Now about the 7 type of results.
Yeah.
So now there is house planet results that I told you.
Yeah.
So house planet results is what Shira Stabdo Vigalanano planets placed in various houses.
Yeah.
And then there would be Sthana Bhava Graha results.
Yeah.
A planet in a particular sign in a particular house.
Yeah.
And what would be the example? Jiva Saptamago Mruge Brugusdo Bengere Jaya Hanav. This is Baladevika, I think. Baladevika Jaya is in many places you can say. If Jiva Saptamago Mruge, Jiva means Jupiter.
Yeah.
If Jupiter is in 7th house in Capricorn.
Yeah.
So what are the things? He may lose his wife. That is the result.
Yeah.
So what are the thing told? Jiva, Jupiter is mentioned. Saptamago, 7th house is mentioned. Brage, Capricorn sign is mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay, and he will lose his wife. When the Jupiter Dasha is always should be considered as that is another thing. Anyway, the point is that this 7 type of results, Sthanado Bhavada Khede, Sthana Bhava Nabhasyare, Sthana Bhava Samayoga, Bhava Khechara Yogada, Yoga to Shadida Prota, Sthana Khechara Bhyam to Saptada, Bhava Sthana Grehe Prota, Yoga Yoga. These 7 type of results are basics, fundamental to astrology.
Yeah.
Without learning these 7 type of results, nobody will be able to
Be an astrologer, call yourself an astrologer.
Okay. And the whole rest of the structure, whether it be Prashnamarga or any other text, is built upon this core. So only those texts which contains these basic results, we can call as fundamental text.
So for all of our readers, to all of our viewers, I am very certain that what you have heard now in last 15 minutes or 20 minutes, I think, is something very new to you. I am very sure that even if you are in astrology for some 40 years or 20 years, you must not have heard of this, because this is the difference between a fake tradition and a real tradition. This is a difference between someone who is boasting to be a teacher and someone who is a teacher in reality. So those people who want to learn astrology in the true way, there are two things. Sir taught me these things, I think some 8-9 months ago over WhatsApp. Okay, so now I teach it in my Jyotish Prarambha course as well. And sir is going to start a Phala Chandrika course on WhatsApp. So those who want to have a beautiful understanding of the same, those who want to have those who want to be able to understand the words of sages and understand the complete fundamentals of astrology, that I know after this introduction you must have had an idea that whatever you have learned till now as a fundamental of astrology was something bogus. They only taught you how to identify rasis and houses and nothing else. So I recommend the people to please join both the courses to have a good idea about the fundamentals of astrology. The course, my course is already there. Okay, sir's course will be out
in short on WhatsApp. Yeah.
Sir's course will be out in under 1 month of posting of this video. To get admission in that course, you can write email to me or you can message sir directly. The phone number of the sir will be in the description. The phone number of sir will be given in the description. Okay. So sir, now we conclude something, that the fundamental that is taught now is like, I have seen many people, what they learn in fundamentals is something like things made up of logic. Okay, and it works to a certain extent. I will say up to 20% extent it works as well. Okay, people, when you go to a teacher, they tell you the significations of the first house, second house, and they tell you the signification of the planets, and then you are supposed to mix them and give a kind of prediction. Other thing is, they never teach you anything about Rashi, because to know about Rashi you must come from a traditional background. So Rashi is not taught at all. When there is a class on Rashi in any institute, they just tell you that this is a Jaljal Rasi, this is a Navachar Rasi, this is a quadruped sign and all this sign, but they never teach you the interpretation of these things. How do you interpret what a quadruped sign will do, or what a human sign will do, or what an earthly sign will do? What is available today in name of what earthly sign will do is, I think, something came from Western astrology and not from the Indian astrology. So because Bhava is taught and planet is taught, but Rasi is not taught. So please give us some examples of how these bit informations about Rasis, like Taurus is an ox, that is a quadruped sign, or Virgo is a human sign, how these basic informations about a Rashi is used in a prediction.
First thing to know, which I missed out in the previous question, previous answer, is that the basic understanding about a Rashi, house and planet. Rashi is on the bottom.
Okay.
House is on top of it. And planet on top. This Rashi and house are same, so you can actually mix them if you want. And the planet is like a tree.
Planet is the only living being roaming in the complete surface.
Yes. In this background, like a tree, plant is the planet. So only what is there in the sign will come through the house, the filter of house, through the planet. Only the things supported by the planet will come out of it. This is told beautifully by Varamir as well. Like Shubho Shubhashe Rudran Bodale Karvati Priksham Viparitam Innata. A mango tree planted in rocky surface or watery surface or wherever you place it, only mango will come out of it, not jackfruit or banana. So that only the planet's original Karagatva that planet can serve. Okay, but the qualities it absorbs. If it's a fertile land, if that plant is planted means it will grow well. If it is rocky surface means it would be unable to bear enough fruit or give the results. So same way. Now regarding the Rashis. Now Rashi house results are not told extensively, especially in the north and all that. But without knowing the Karagatos of the Rashis and the Rashi house results,
Yeah.
it is very difficult to predict because the variety of results comes from Rashi itself.
Yeah.
To give a practical example, I will take two examples, means two directions.
Yeah.
One, let me address your question. Means what are the results if quarter path sign this and that is there, or human sign? What are the results to be told?
Yeah.
First thing to know is that astrology, learning astrology, is to predict.
Yeah.
If it is not helpful in predicting, the whole study is useless.
Yeah.
Krishna has told it emphatically and clearly.
Yeah.
ज्योतिष फलमादेश फलार्थमारंभणं भवति लोके तस्मात् यत्न करो ह्यादेश ज्योतिषज्ञेन. Astrology is for prediction.
Yeah.
Is to get results.
Yes.
Okay. ज्योतिष फलमार्थ आदेश फलार्थम आरंभणं भवति लोके. People are putting effort to get results.
Yeah.
If there are no results,
Yeah.
no usefulness, nobody will waste their effort on such subjects.
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever little bit of thing that we learn, that should be applicable somewhere. If we learn that some sign is chara, we should also, in that moment itself, learn where can it be applied.
Yeah.
And then there itself you should learn chare puradana. Chara means old. There itself you should learn chara means movable. So anything that moving can, that sign can depend.
Yeah.
Okay. When you say fixed, any fixed effort, a long-lasting efforts, that indicates.
When you said Chara Puratanam, I think see people are not well versed in astrology as me and you are. So I am very sure that they won't be able to suspect the big secrets you are giving in between. This thing Chara Puratanam that sir told is a very important sutra. Okay, that can be used in multiple ways. But why I am highlighting this thing is because this is the real tradition where you have more significations than known. Many people who claim for a tradition over in so-called internet astrology, they know nothing special and they call it as the tradition. They know nothing special about basics and they cook fantasy. So this is something. So please continue.
So coming back to say, I assume that a sign is a Chadushpat sign.
Yeah. 4-footed Chadushpat means?
Quarter bit sign.
Yeah.
So if it is a quarter bit sign,
Yeah.
how to use it? So of course you will, if it is a quarter bit sign, then nature you will ascribe to the native born that Lagna, that is one thing.
Yeah.
Okay. But apart from that, there are several other uses.
Yeah.
For example, you know that in the sloka, Kandaka Kendra Chatushtaya Satya Saptamalagna Chaturthagabana, which is in Brihajataka.
Yeah.
The Varamira clearly says that a quarter bit sign gets strength in 10th house.
Yeah.
Okay. A Kida sign or a like a Scorpio, insect sign gets strength in 7th house.
Yeah.
And a Jalrashi, means a watery sign, gets strength in 4th house. A human sign gets strength in there itself. How to use this? For example, a man born in Aries,
Yeah.
since Aries is a quarter bit sign,
Yeah.
that sign, actually if that quarter bit sign was in the 10th house,
Yeah.
the 10th house Capricorn is also a quarter bit sign, at least half.
Yeah. Half quarter.
Half. So that house is strong.
Yeah.
Means he will get a good job.
Yeah.
And since Lagna is a quarter bit sign, that has got an affinity towards 10th sign. Or in other words, this person would be dedicated to job.
Yeah.
4th is a Jalarashi.
Or in other words, I can also say that along with the 10th lord in this horoscope, first lord or the planet of the first house will also be very much determined to give him a professional boost or something like that, or professional event.
Yes.
To an extent.
And if it is Cancer means Taurus,
Yeah.
7th is an insect sign,
Yeah.
which indicates that his wife would be very strong.
Yeah.
Is that marriage is critical. It means gets so much of importance.
Yeah.
But since that Lagna, Taurus Lagna is a Chadushpa sign, his total interest and affinity, affection would be towards
His profession.
job, his profession.
So there will be a tussle between a wife and the profession. Wife is strong in home because it is an insect sign in the insect house.
Yes.
But the Lagna is attracted towards the 10th house. So there is a tussle between the job and the spouse.
Yes.
That is the prime source of misfortune or Tom's burnet.
Yeah. So
this way we can also rectify the ascendant easily.
several things. But the point I want to emphasize is that
Yeah.